find this really useful because a lot of you guys are asking questions every day like, how long is it until lunch? Or how long is recess again? Or is it the end of the school day yet? How long do we have till the end of the school day? Well, now you guys can figure that out on your own. Because that's what we're looking at here, elapsed time. How long does it take to do something? So here, in the another example section, it says you can also use a number line to measure elapsed time. Number lines are really useful. They're good for fractions. They're good for distances. They're good for even multiplication, right? I feel like some of you don't like them. They're good for time, right? Janie's charity walk lasted 4 hours, 10 minutes. The number line shows the number of hours and the number of minutes. And see how you can tell that she started at 7:10, went all the way to 11:20. Let's get that guided practice section here. She meant you have a question.
How I got my answer was how it's 4 hours and 10 minutes. What I did is I meant 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
That works too.
4.
Exactly. That's what she did on the clock too. Because if you remember in the video, it showed her go like this. It was from 7 o'clock, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 4 hours. That's why clocks like this are really useful. Because you can count the hours, but you can also skip count the minutes by fives. Which I think is really useful. Ian.
Can't you use minutes to skip count to hours?
You can. Yeah, you absolutely can. Because look, on a clock like this, let's switch over. On a clock like this, you could go, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. And 60 minutes is an hour. So you can do that. You can count all the way up. That's why when we did, last time we looked at this, or for instance, throughout the week, when you guys ask me questions about, say, how long is it until lunch, I'll ask you, what would be the clock? You can tell me how many minutes we have until lunch. Because you can just skip count it. Right now, it's almost 9 o'clock. How many minutes do we have until it's 9 o'clock, Andrew? Yeah, about 7 minutes, right? Actually, exactly 7 minutes. You can tell because the 11 to the 12 would be 5 minutes. And the long hand is 2 minutes before, 2 little dashes before the 11. Now, of course, if you were estimating, that would be okay too. You could say, well, about 5 minutes. And that would be okay. That would work. So, let's go ahead and get rid of that so we don't confuse ourselves. And we will go back up. Okay, if I start to, hey guys, I want to emphasize this because I noticed that even when we were doing that race exercise that we're still going to finish in a couple days, and specifically in that packet, it said to make sure that you're highlighting and underlining information. I saw very, very few of you doing that, and that is really important to do. And I feel like I say this every single time we do a math lesson. Highlight, underline, circle the important information. If you are not doing it, you are making your lives more difficult. Again, guys, I don't say that because it's just super fun to say. It doesn't even rhyme. I'm saying it because it will make your life easier. So highlight, circle, underline the important information. If I come around and I don't see it, I'm going to be sad. Okay? If my start time is 7:15 a.m., and the end time is 8:05. This is the start time. This is the end time. That's important information. Highlight, circle, underline. Still see some of you with no pens or pencils in your hands. Look at the information, guys. Why do you not have to count hours to find the elapsed time? That's the question. If a start time is 7:15 a.m. and the end time is 8:05, why do you not have to count hours to find the elapsed time? Ariana? Go ahead and speak up a little bit. I can't hear you. I still can't hear you. I'm sorry. Speak up, yell at me.
No.
Come on.
The 15 minutes is greater than 5. So if you add an hour to 7:15, it would be 50.
That's right. You can do that. That's absolutely right. That could work. She said 15 is greater than 5. That's our minutes, right? Those are the minutes. 15 is greater than 5. And she knows that if you were to add an hour to 7:15, it'd be 8:15. Then you would just take away 10 minutes, right? You could do it that way. Yes, it.
You could also each one ends in what is a number and skip counting by 5.
That's absolutely true. That's absolutely true. You can skip count up by 5s, just like you would on an analog clock like that one. You can skip count up by 5s because these are both exactly at multiples of 5, right? 5 and 15. That's exactly right. So we don't have to count hours because it really only is, well, it's actually, if you look at it, is that a full hour? Do we even have an hour to count? Eston says no. Is there an hour there? How many minutes? How many minutes do we have there? How many minutes are there between 7:15 and 8:05? How many minutes between 7:15 and 8:05? Anybody? Seva?
10.
There's more than 10. More than 10 because one is 7:15 and one's 8:05. Yes. Say it again. I can't hear you. Is it 50? Nick? 60 is 1 hour. So we know it can't be an hour. Because if it was an hour from 7:15 to 8, it would be 7:15 to 8:15. So is it 50? David?
1 hour and 10 minutes.
Got an hour and 10 minutes. Try going backwards a little bit. Because it's not 7 o'clock to 8:15 or 7:05 to 8:15. It's the other way around. Excuse me. It's 7:15 to 8:05. So who said 50? Jack said 50. Is he right? Did you skip count up from 7:15? I know you were counting. What do you think? Was it 50? Yeah. You were skip counting. I saw you doing it. Look at the clock. Okay, let's draw one out. My clocks are always great. Okay. So, if it's 7:15, okay? If it's 7:15, right now, we're going to have the short arm is going to be right here, and the long arm is going to be right on the 3, okay? So, let's say we skip count by 5s. We would go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50.
55.
That's up to the 10. Am I in the right spot? Am I in the right spot? Come on, guys. Tell me. Did I land on the wrong spot? You got to tell me.
Yeah.
I landed on the wrong spot, didn't I? Shouldn't I have landed right here? Because that's 8:05, right? The other one's 8:10. So, Jack was right. It's 50 minutes. Now, I know my table thought it was an hour and 10 minutes. But you got to go backwards a little bit. You added time on. 50 minutes. It was 50 minutes. To see how easy it is to jump past it, I was just going to keep going. But don't be afraid to tell me if I'm wrong. See what you saw. I caught it. You guys have to catch it too. So you see what it is? You didn't have to count by hours because there's not even an hour between 7:15 and 8:05. There are only minutes between 7:15 and 8:05, right? Just minutes. Not even a full hour. 50 minutes is how many minutes from an hour? 50 minutes is how many minutes from an hour? Have a go. 10. We're 10 minutes short of an hour. Okay, so let's look at this one here. A movie started at 2:30 p.m. and ran for 2 hours and 15 minutes. What time did the movie end? Okay, so they gave you the time, started at 2:30, and then they told you how long it runs for. That's the time we're looking for. We want to know what time we will, if we go into a movie at 2:30 p.m. and it's 2 hours and 15 minutes long, what time are we going to walk out of that movie at the end? Yes, here we go.
4:45.
Now she's right, because there's another way to do this without using the number line. Now we could have used a number line. We could have used a clock, right? But there's another way to do this too. So check this out. Now personally, what I would do, now I do always say, especially when it comes to using number lines, things like that, fractions, we did this a lot. When in doubt, draw it out. You can still draw out your number line. You can draw out a clock. You can still make this work if you didn't want to do it this way. But there's another way. 2 hours and 30 minutes, okay? Now, excuse me, it's 2:30, not 2 hours and 30 minutes. 2:30 plus 2 hours and 15 minutes. So, pretend that, now you guys don't use decimals yet. You don't use decimals yet, so you don't have to write it out with decimals, and in that case, I would also get rid of that top decimal there. You could do it like this, though, but there's another way to look at it. Because that's what you're adding to 2:30 p.m. is 2 hours and 15 minutes. But another way you could do this is, you know that it's adding 2 hours, right? So let's say we're just going to add the 2's together. Well, you know that 2 plus 2 is 4. So you already know it's going to be after 4 p.m. because you know it's going to be after 4 p.m. 2 plus 2 is 4, right? But the other thing is, you need to add together 30 and 15. Well, what's 30 plus 15? And it's 45. So now you know you have 4 hours, right? That's the hour, and 45 minutes. So you walk out of the movie at 4:15. Would it help you guys to see it done on a number line? Does it make sense doing it this way? Yeah.
That says 4:45.
Yeah, did I say 4:15? Because I meant to say 4:45. Thank you for pointing that out. Yes, 4:45 is what I meant to say. Yes, Jack.
Question. 2 plus 2 is
2 plus 2 is not bad math right here. Bad math right here. 2 plus 2 is 4. Okay. So does that make sense? Thumbs up. And I apologize for saying 4:15 and not 4:45. I meant 4:45. Now you can do that. You can do that with really any time. So right now it is about 9:04. Here's let's look at that. It's 9:04 a.m. right now. If we sat here and we worked on math for another, what if I said we were going to work on math for another hour and a half, which is 30 minutes. If I said we were going to work on math for another hour and a half, what time will it be when we're done working on math? Good, I see a lot of hands up. This is good. Brewer. What time is it going to be in an hour and a half from 9:04? We'll start using Jeopardy music.
Right.
Do, 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 do. You guys know it. Not 1026. Not 1026. Make sure you're using only addition right now. Edit.
34.
Yes.
Yes.
It will be 10:34 because you're adding the 30 to the 4 and the 9 to the 1. You're adding minutes to the minutes and hours to the hours. I think you did some subtraction in there somewhere. Don't subtract. No, not here. We're just adding here. Yep, it would be 10:34. Now, of course, this isn't going to be accurate because we're going to stop before then so that you guys can recess. Unless you just want to keep doing that. So, let's look at this one. Draw arrows on the second clock to count the hours from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. So this one is 11 a.m. right here. This one's 5 p.m. right here. So we're gonna draw arrows on the second clock to count the hours. So what we'll do is we'll do the we'll do our hour counting on the outside like we did before. Not the minutes like this one, but hours instead. And let's do it with a different color. So we're starting at 11 o'clock right here. It's 11 o'clock. So 11 to 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5. So how many hours do we have? How many hours are there? Ian? Oh, so it said to do it on this one. Well, we did it on that one. It's fine. How many hours do we have there? How many hours between 11 and 5?
6.
That's right. 6 hours. 6 hours between 11 and 5. Everybody else get that? And of course you could do that on your hands too if you really needed to, right? 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you land at 5. Right? 6 hours. Yes, Al.
I was confused when you said like 5, but you like did 7 sticks, but now I got it because you said 5 on the clock.
Yes, 5 on the clock. 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's right. At 11 a.m. is only 1 hour from noon, which is 12 p.m. So now if I said to you, though, if I switch this around and I said, how many hours is it from 11 a.m. to 5 a.m., that's going to change things. Because you'll have to go around the clock a whole other time, right? Because in that case, you're going to have to go all the way around again to get to the right time. Yes, Jack?
Were we supposed to start at 9:04 a.m.?
No, that was just an example. You guys don't have to write that one down. That was just an example of if I asked you a question like that, how you would answer. But you did a good job. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. The independent practice section is right here. It's only a little bit, 3 problems. Using that information right there, find the elapsed or end time. All right, it says it's 4 to 7. Excuse me, I said 3 questions. It's 4 questions. Find the elapsed or end time. You're going to use the information they're giving you. Don't forget to use the examples above. So you're going to do that. And then, remember in the another look section, guys, what do you have to do in the another look section? What do you have to do there? What do we do there, Sellers?
Just read.
You're just reading it. It's there to help you. There aren't any problems to solve here. You're just using the information that they're giving you to remind yourself how to do things. Okay? How to work out the problems. Then you will do this section down here. This is 1 to 6. Find the elapsed or end time. You may use your clock faces or an underline to help. They gave you some clock faces to use. Those might help you. And that's all we're actually going to do on that. So it's just the independent practice section here, 4 problems, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 problems on this page. And that's it. And then we will come back together and we will do them all together. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's see how far we get before recess. Okay, I'll answer any questions in just a minute. So, on this one, oh, look at this. I'm on freeze. You guys, you didn't tell me. You were just going to sit there and laugh. Okay, now, let's switch over to that. Let's do a different color. How about we do green? Okay. Now, this one, guys, on number 4. This whole thing is number 4. That means this one that I noticed a lot of you guys had some trouble with is part of number 4, okay? Some of you like to make your lives more difficult. You're assuming these are harder than they actually are, but they're not. So, hours from 6:30 to 9:30. So what they're doing is they're breaking apart the hours and the minutes to make it a little bit easier, okay? Please put the toy away. That should not be out in class. from 6 to 9, we're just going to say 6 to 9, only because 6:30 to 9:30, that's the same, the minutes are the same, all right? So how many hours are there between 6:30 and 9:30 then?
3.
It's 3 hours. So here you would want to say 3 hours. I also told a couple of you guys it would be okay if you did this. That means hours as well, okay? Minutes from 9:30 to 9:50. Now pay attention. It says 9:30 to 9:50. Now you know you're not even looking at hours now. Excuse me. We already figured out hours. We're looking at minutes only. So what is 9:30 to 9:50? How many minutes are between 9:30 and 9:50, Allie?
20 minutes.
20 minutes. Now you can write minutes out or you can put min. That also means minutes, okay? So then, in this section right here, for the elapsed time, that's how many minutes and hours. What should I be putting there, Tava? 3 hours, 20 minutes. Make sense, guys? Thumbs up? Yes, Tava? Yes. Okay, so let's look at 5, 6, 7 really quickly here. We can do these very quickly. So, start time is 10 o'clock. End time is 3 p.m. They're asking for elapsed time. What does elapsed time mean again, guys? What does elapsed time mean, Brewer? What does it mean? Go ahead, how we go. What does elapsed time mean? And please put the toy off of your desk. I've already asked you to put it away. Thank you. What does elapsed time mean, guys? Allie, what does elapsed time mean? Come on, guys, you can do this. What does it mean? Also, I just told you what I want to see when you do elapsed time. So what does it mean? Allie, what's it mean? Bless you. I don't care if it's use your words. Go ahead, Aiden. Anybody else have an idea? Ariana? Yeah, the time that's start me. The time that's passed. Go ahead and throw away. I'm not sure if I have others. You can go ahead and go to the bathroom. The time that's passed. That's right. Allie? Yes. Make sure you're not blocking anybody, okay? So, start time is 10, end time is 3. Brewer, what's the elapsed time?
5 hours.
5 hours. Now, a really easy way to do that, guys, use your hand for this one. You can use a clock, but you can use your hand, right? We're looking at, we're starting at 10. 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, and you've stopped at 3. 5 hours, right? Okay, what about this one? 9:15 a.m. to 10:45 a.m. First, let's look at those hours. So if we knew that it was going to be, if it was 9:15 to 10:15, it would be 1 hour, correct? But it's actually 9:15 to 10:45. So it's going to be 1 hour. But how many minutes do we have there, Allie?
30 minutes.
30
Yes.
minutes. And you can figure that out in a couple ways. You could use a clock. You could look at one of the clocks. You could look at this clock. You could skip count, right? You could draw a clock. You could draw one out. Or you could use a number line. But there's another way to do it. You could take 45 minus 15, and you get 30. Okay? Nick. What about this one, Nick? If the start time is 11:30, and we've gone 5 hours, this time, guys, it says end time. It doesn't say elapsed time. It says end time. So we're going to actually write a time here. So what do you think, Nick? Start time 11:30, elapsed time 5 hours, 25 minutes. What do you think? Well, it's 5 hours, 25 minutes later, right? 5 hours, 25 minutes later. And we're starting at 11:30. So what if you guys did this? Let's do it again. Let's think about a clock. We can look at the clock or you can do it with your hands, right? 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. That's 5 hours, right? So what did we land on after the 3? What comes after 3? What did we land on? Jack?
4.
4:55. That's correct.
Yes.
It's 4:55. 4:55. Because 11:30 to 11:25 is 55. Hello. Hi. Hey. Oh. Okay. 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 Awesome. I figured we'd do a little math anyway. Thank you. Bye. Okay. Okay. So yes, 30. You're adding 25 to 30. Now I noticed a couple of you guys were insistent on doing this in your head, and you can if you're really good at counting things in your head, right? Adding in your head. But I want you to always double check. The easiest way to do that would have been to write it down. And you got another 5 minutes. 4:55. Got it? Everybody have these? Thumbs up? Thumbs up? Feeling pretty good about this? It's not too bad once you start doing it. Some of you might need a little more work on it. That's okay. So you got those? Yeah? Got them written down? All of them? Okay. Now, homework and practice, really quickly. Skip over the another look section. I'm going to jump right into the problems. Hey guys, I need you guys not to stop messing with the bottles. Go fill it up. And I think those of you who are standing, especially in the front, you're going to have to sit down because there are people standing behind you. It works differently for Taylor. Okay, go ahead and fill it up. Okay, grab another one. Okay, start time 3:30. We're going to draw it out. We're going to draw out 3:30. So if you guys didn't fill these in, make sure you're doing that. Okay, I'm going to draw out 3:30. If it's 3:30 at the start time, where should I draw the shorthand, Allie? And go ahead and take a seat, too. It's too hard to have you guys standing when you're in front. Bless you. Where do I draw? Where do I draw the shorthand, Allie? Bless you. Where do I do it? Where do I put the one for the hour? Where should it be? On this clock for 3:30. 3:30 to 7:30. But start time is 3:30, so we're going to write that. Where should I put the shorthand? For 3:30. Schmidt?
On 3.
Yeah, it's going to be a slight bit past the 3, right here. Okay, Allie, back to you. For the 30 part, where do I draw the long hand? Where should that go? Skip count if you have to.
On the 4?
Not on the 4, because that would be 20 minutes. 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes. Right? 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes. We want 30, 25, 30 minutes. Where should the long hand be on?
The 6.
That's right. Be right here. 3:30. Turn that air on really quickly. So, let's see if we can get this to work a little bit today. So, we're starting at 3:30. We're trying to go all the way to 7. But guys, look, it's 3:30. So, if any of you said, oh, well, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay, that's 4 hours. Think back. You still have 30 minutes to account for there, right? So in this case, what should the elapsed time be? What should the elapsed time be, Ian?
2 hours and 30 minutes.
So he says 2 hours and 30 minutes. Are you sure that it's 2 hours and 30 minutes? Abigail?
3 hours and 30 minutes?
So I'm going to say it's 3 hours and 30 minutes because 3, 4, 5, 6, that would be an even 4 hours. We're going to take away 30 minutes. That'd be like half of this finger here. That's going to give us 3 hours and 30 minutes. So we could also count that in 2 ways on here. We could do the hours, right? But we can also do it if we did the hours. Let's quickly look at that. If we were going to do the hours, it'd be like this, right? 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 6 to 7. Okay. Well, that's 4, right? But we had a half hour in there, so we need to double check that one. We need to double check that because we need to get rid of it. Remember, half is half of 60, so you're going to give it a half of one of those hours. Go ahead. So, this one, 8:10 to 10:55. 8:10 to 10:55. Where do I draw the 8? Where do I draw the line for the 8, Jack? Short one's going to be at the 8. That's right. Where do I draw the one for the 10? Brewer. Where do I draw the line for the 10? The long arm. Where should it be? Where should it be? Where should it be? Brewer, where should it be? Skip count. Skip count. Nope, that's 15. 5, 10, 15. That's 15 minutes. On the 2, right here. That's 10 minutes. So 8:10, we're starting right there. And then we're ending at 10:55. So Brewer, you said you knew the answer. What is it?
2 hours and 10 minutes.
So 8:10 to 10:10, right? So 8:10 to 10:10 would be 2 hours, right? So if we went from 8:10 to 10:10, that is 2 hours. Now, we do have to account for more than that, though, right? 8:10 to 10:10 would be 2 hours. But we need to account for more than that. We need to account for 55, right? So we need to take some time away from that, right? So, what's our elapsed time then? What's our elapsed time? Who's got that one? Ian?
Is 2 hours and 45 minutes.
That's right. It's 2 hours and 45 minutes. Did anybody else get something different? Everybody else got 2 hours and 45 minutes. Yes, how did you guys get yours? How'd you get it?
I just counted the minutes and what the
You counted minutes and what?
we counted the minutes on there.
You counted the minutes. But so you knew it was going to be 2 hours, right? And then you went from what? You tried to go up to 55?
Yeah, I went from 2 and then I got
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. There should be 45 minutes. Okay, start time, 3:20. End time, 6 p.m. Elapsed time. We are starting at 3:20. Where should I draw the shorthand for 3:20? Shorthand for 3:20. Shorthand's going to be at the 3. And go ahead and get yourself some water. Where do I draw the long hand for 3:20? Jack?
and
That's right. And so 3:20 to 6 p.m. What did you get?
3 hours and 40 minutes.
So we got 3 hours and 40 minutes. Oh, we right about that. 3, 4, 5. What now?
5 hours.
No. You were closer before. Because we're going from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m., but we have to account for that 20, right? If we were going directly from 3 to 6, it'd be 3, 4, 5, 3 hours. So what should it be then? It's not 3. You said 3 the first time. You said 3 hours and 40 minutes. You're right about the 40 minutes. You're not right about the 3 hours. Allie?
It's 2 hours and 40 minutes.
That's right. You're close. 2 hours, 40 minutes. Because remember, we're taking away some, right? There's an extra 40 minutes that we're taking some away. Because it's not just 3 to 6, right? 2 hours, 40 minutes. Does that make sense, guys? If there's a question, let's look at it. Questions about, I'm serious. I saw some confused faces. Wilkins? What'd you get on that one?
I got the bottom part. I didn't for some reason. I didn't get the clock part.
You didn't get the clock part right, but you got this part?
Yeah.
Okay, you got this part. That's good, but that's 3:20. Because remember, the floor is 20. Hey guys, there's another clue here. This is why I keep telling you can see if count by fives. Because you can also look at it this way. 4. What's 4 times 5? What's 4 times 5?
20.
Any number on that clock, you can multiply it by 5, and it will tell you what time it is, what minutes are on that clock. You hear me? Any number on that clock, multiply it by 5, and you will get the minutes. Any number. Okay? From 1 through 11. 1 through 12, actually, all the way. Because 12 times 5 is? That's right. That's right. It's 60. All the way around. Okay, start time, 1:20. End time, 2 p.m. What is it? What do we have? Who has that one? Who has that one? Andrew? You guys get that one? Because it's not even a full hour. Yes. That's good. Very good. Okay, 8 a.m. Now we're looking for end time. It's 8 a.m. and we've spent 5 hours and 15 minutes doing math. That's not true. But let's say we did. 5 hours and 15 minutes doing math. What time would it be then, Ariana? What time you say? Let's see. We're starting at 8, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Which means we landed at the 1, right? We landed at the 1. Did you do the same thing she had? Right. It's going to be 1:15. 1:15 p.m. Hasn't gone past noon. Now what about this one? 7:30, 2 hours, 20 minutes. 2 hours, 20 minutes from 7:30. Ian.
It's 9:15.
So he said at 7:30, 2 hours, 20 minutes. Did you say 9 what?
15.
Not 9:15. If you said 15, it's not. If you said 50,
Yes.
that would be right. 7:30 here, 20 here, 3, 4, 5, 9, 50 a.m. Who got that one? Who got that one? Testing question. You got it. Good. Wilkins.
I never even got to
Oh, you didn't get that far. Okay. So, quick thing about military time, guys, because I think for some of you guys this might make sense, and this is a hint for later in your lives if you ever see military time. This is how it works. So, you notice on our clock here, we start at 12, we go all the way back around to 12, right? We never go to 13, 14, 15. Well, in military time you do. And there's a way to remember this too. Because if you were going to start, so we have at 12, right? And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And then we go back to 12, right? Well, military time, you would then go to that's a 17.
Why?
Because our military time is based on 24 hours. So when you go back up to that 12, then it's going to be 24. 24 full hours. Yes?
Yeah. How does people tell each other change time?
It doesn't, but that's a really good question. It's just easier for them to use military time when they go on a 12-hour clock. Excuse me, a 24-hour clock. So on a 24-hour clock, then if somebody were to say something like it's 24:15, then you would know specifically what time that was. That would be early morning. Yes.
Is it 24 hours because 12 hours isn't a full day?
12 hours is half the day.
And militaries are usually people
Kind of on a 24-hour
are
schedule.
usually always up all night and day.
I don't know if they're necessarily always up all night, but they can be. So they're on a 24-hour schedule. So they could be out doing something at 1 o'clock in the morning. Yes, Wilkins. That's a very good question. So, yeah, go ahead and put all your stuff away.